Hey y'all, this is Jessica with Bless Your Heart. Let's do a geode tumbler today. So full disclosure, this is my very first attempt at a geode, so let's kind of hide and watch and see what it does. For our base glitter, we're just going to use a glitter glue, and we are going to use the glitter guy Karen and one of the Hobby Lobby colors, Avalanche. I'm just going to spread my glitter glue on, and I'm going to kind of splotchy this glitter. I don't really know the correct word. I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit here and a little bit there of each different kind. In my mind, this is going to make a difference. I don't know if in the end it makes a difference or not, but let's just see. That first color was Avalanche, and then I'm just going to go full coverage with Karen. This is going to fill in any places that haven't been hit with glitter, and then if there's little bald spots, it's going to get that too. Okay, so I have gone in and kind of mapped out what I think I should do as far as the geode goes, and we are going to use a ton of glitters. For the glitter guy, like I said, we had Karen and then Avalanche. We're going to use Experiment 626, Fairest Opal of them all, and then Vintage. For Glitter Craze, we're going to use their Diamond Purple and Breakfast at Tiffany's. PDB is Starboy, and Create by Firefly is Pinstripe. And then I'm going to go in with some gold leaf that I just got from Amazon. Okay, so with the same glitter glue that we used for the base, I'm going to use this stiffer brush from Dollar Tree, I think, and I'm just going to go in and I'm going to pounce the glue. I do want little peaks and valleys in the glue to give the glitter some kind of texture look, and I'm just moving the brush to where it's flat, or I'll tip it on its top so I can just make it a thinner line. Once I get the glue how I want it, I'm going to start with my darkest glitter, and I'm just going to move on to the next colors as I go forward. With this next one, I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to tilt my brush, I'm going to flatten it, I'm going to put it on its tip, and I'm just going to pounce that glitter. This is going to be a longer tutorial, so I do apologize for that. But I'm just going to go do this same step, color by color, and hopefully it turns out great. Now this is the PDB Starboy, and I am going to tell you that this is my favorite color on this entire cup. I don't know that I've ever used PDB glitter before. I got this in probably a D-stash or something. This really is the favorite color for me of the cup. So now that I've got my two lines done, I'm just going to go in and try to map out how I want the inside of this geode to go, but I'm still going to be using the same technique of pouncing the glitter, moving it here and there, flattening it, putting it on its tip, just to kind of give us that flow look of all the glitter to make it work, but not really match, if that makes sense. For this color, I've switched to this smaller brush, and this is the lightest color blue we're using. So I want you to be able to see it, but I don't want it to be one of those that kind of take away from those deeper blues, because those are really the star of the show. When I got done with every grouping of color, I went in and I sealed each of that color with the polyacrylic. So it's going to look like I have added some colors to the other between the blues, and I have not. That's just the polyacrylic when I've sealed it. So now we're going to move on to some of the lighters. So my inspiration picture had some really kind of opal-y purples in there. So I'm hoping that this kind of shows up a little bit. This is the Glitter Craze, their Diamond Series purple. I'm hoping that this is going to show up how I want it to. If not, we'll just move on to the next color. Our next set of colors are going to be the whites and the opals, and these are what's going to kind of tie everything together, because some of those chunky glitters that we've used before in the blues, they've got some shift to them, and there's going to be some just movement to them that these opals are going to just bring everything in, and it's going to add a ton of shine to everything. So let's just watch this beautiful glitter fall. This next glitter is just going to be our basic shimmery white. There's not any opalescent or color shift to it. It's just going to add a little hint of something else. And again, it's just going to kind of help bring it all together and make everything cohesive. So this is where I bring in Vintage and Tarnished. I forgot to mention Tarnished earlier, because I believe this is, I'm going to use the gold flakes, so I want to add a little bit of gold glitter to it. So I'm just going to go in here and there and add just a little something extra to this cup with these glitters. Now I do like the Tarnished better than I like the Vintage, but they both add their own special something to this cup. Vintage is going to be more of a champagne gold, whereas Tarnished was more of a true gold. So you're going to be able to see both of the colors, but Vintage is going to be one of those muted, kind of add a little something but you don't really know what it is colors. So after we get all that glitter laid, I want to go in and add a little bit more of our original colors. So I'm going to go in with Pinstripe, and I'm going to go in and I'm going to pounce the glitter glue a little bit thicker stripe wise than any of the others. I do want some decent veins of this color going through the design. Now I'm going to take kind of like a detailed brush and go in, and I'm going to meet those two dark pieces. That's the pinstripe. I'm going to meet those two, the top and the bottom, to kind of give us that cohesive flowy look that the rest of the glitters have. So I did put a layer of epoxy just to kind of seal all that, and in the epoxy some of the glitters kind of got lost. So all I'm doing here is going in with a little brush and adding a little bit more of those glitters that got lost just to kind of bring them back out. And this is also going to kind of give us, you'll be able to see the layers a little bit with the epoxy already on there, and then we're putting this under another layer of epoxy. So you'll be able to see some of that texture, and I think that that's going to end up looking pretty cool. For the gold flake, I just used a tack it type glue, and I painted that wherever I wanted to put the gold. And I'm just going to kind of burnish it on and hope it works out. This is kind of one of the first times I've really used the gold flake, so wish me luck. So I'm sure I'm probably one of the last people in the world to use gold flake, but this stuff really does go everywhere. I've seen it on tutorials that it goes everywhere, and it really does. It does clean up on an epoxied surface actually pretty well. You just take your little fingernail and kind of scrape off where you don't want it, and then you want to take a stiffer brush and kind of rub all that extra down. So now we're going to get a layer of epoxy on this and see what we think. And here we go. I have no idea how I feel about this cup or what we're going to do with it, but thank y'all so much for hanging out with me today. I hope to see you again soon. Bye.